I'm Donna.
And I am Bruce.
And this is Lyrical Wisdom.
Hey.
How are you on this beautiful morning?
I'm doing great. I beat her to record the video button.
The button.
We were just trying to get everything set up, and we were like lining up the microphones and getting ourselves on our camera here. So for those of you that get to watch this, hey there. And for those of you that get to listen to this, hey there.
Thank you all for being here now with us at WQEE 99.1 FM.
Absolutely, yes. Here at WQEE, where Ryan is holding down the fort and really doing a great, wonderful job for us, and we appreciate him in this radio station very much. And this is where we get to do our show.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, we are going to be doing a request today. And I guess this is a really rambling way of saying that you can send your request to lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. But you can also send them here to the radio station at 99 Classic Rock at gmail.com. Sorry, 99 Classic Rock at gmail.com. 99 Classic Rock at gmail.com is their email. Not 99.1. Sorry about that. But we also have
a YouTube channel.
Yes, and I hope that's where you guys get to see us.
Oh, yeah.
You can see me trying to point my finger a lot because it's fun to do that on a camera. But anyway, yeah, that's you can find us on YouTube. And one of the cool things is that you can actually search the email address that we like to give out to send a request to Lyrical Wisdom Show.
Yes, Lyrical Wisdom Show. Just put Lyrical Wisdom Show into the search engine on YouTube, and it'll bring you right to our channel.
Absolutely.
As well as
going to at Lyrical Wisdom 888. If you put in at Lyrical Wisdom 888, that takes you right to the link at the top of the page. There's the circle with the turquoise avatars, and sometimes our good friend Allison, she has taken the time and turned some of those turquoise symbols or turquoise indicators into song titles, so that when you see the circle there, you'll also see what song we did, because there are so many requests that we get that we love, and we want to do all of them, but we want to make sure that we get to all of them in the time that you guys have. Sometimes that's more weeks than there are in a year. So what we're trying to do is also do those songs for the YouTube channel, and that is doing the recording, making the video, and then posting them so that you can see them and hear what we have to say. And then, of course, we do the live show every week, but we got to get the requests in, because otherwise they just kind of get filed away, and that's not right. So, yeah, we're working on getting all of our requests done. And
also, you don't know about this, Bruce, but I am so excited. Guess what Allison's doing now?
I don't know, actually.
We're about to be on Spotify as a podcast. I know. Lyrical Wisdom. Thank you all so much. You're a part of this. You are why we are here. And we love you guys so much. We love doing this for you, with you.
Yes, we do.
This is a beautiful co-creative experience that I grow from every day. And I didn't even think about this, Bruce, when I turned the camera on, but this may be an emotional day for me. But it's okay. I'm all right with it, because I chose this song from Gail from Tennessee.
Thank you, Gail.
She sent in this request, and I've been putting it at the bottom of the pile, but for some reason yesterday, I tell you, Spirit spoke to me and said, it's time to do that song, Donna.
Oh, wow.
And when I realized the significance of it, yes, today's the day to do this song, Bruce.
Well, I agree. We've been actually talking about this before getting on the camera and getting on the microphone today. And I agree. We are in synchronicity on this one. And so thank you, Gail. Thank you so much, Gail from Tennessee.
Yes.
We really appreciate the requests. And
WLOVE, all of you.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yes, that is the song today. That was a little hint for you all out there. This song is by Tammy Wynette, Divorce, by Tammy Wynette. Our little boy is 4 years old and quite a little man. So we spell out words we don't want him to understand, like T-O-Y, or maybe S-U-R-P-R-I-S-E. But the words we're hiding from him now tear the heart right out of me. Our D-I-V-O-R-C-E becomes final today. Me and little J-O-E will be going away. I love you both, and this will be pure H-E-double-L for me. Oh, I wish that we could stop this D-I-V-O-R-C-E. Watch him smile. He thinks it's Christmas or his 5th birthday. And he thinks C-U-S-T-O-D-Y spells fun or play. I spell out all the hurtin' words and turn my head when I speak, 'cause I can't spell away this hurt that's dripping down my cheek. Our D-I-V-O-R-C-E becomes final today. Me and little J-O-E will be going away. I love you both, and this will be pure H-E-double-L for me. Oh, I wish that we could stop this D-I-V-O-R-C-E.
Wow.
So, yes, Gail, thank you so much. You're my little angel for today that sent me this song for me to really look at. I know this pain. I can really speak into this. I got a divorce in 2020, and it was very quick. It was very unexpected. And I know that pain that Tammy's speaking about in this song. She can't spell away the hurt that's dripping down her cheek, you know. So
Yeah.
It begins with our little boy is 4 years old and quite a little man.
That's an incredible description. It's so specific in its own way, and it's also the way that I feel like a lot of us visualize little boys, you know, and especially at that age, they are these tiny little, like, walking teddy bears, but they're these little men.
I was going to say, I used to call my son Little Man.
Yeah. And it's just such a wonderful little nickname for them, and such a wonderful way to look at them, because that's what they are. They're going to be a man one day, and they are this little man. And so I really feel like that is so, in its own way, specific, but it really touches most of our heartstrings. It really pulls on them a little bit to put that in there, because I don't know any parent that doesn't think of their son or daughter the minute they hear those words, you know. Yeah.
Now, for me, like I said, my divorce was in 2020 after 33 years of marriage, and my children were older, and so you can't keep it from them. You know what I mean? It really does become a whole family type of experience, and I really realized the pain that divorce can cause when I witnessed it in my oldest daughter one day when she stood on my driveway and spoke her truth. And it hurt so bad. It was like the dagger in the heart to watch her pain of the whole situation, you know, of her mom and dad no longer being together, because we're always going to be her mom and dad.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I think when something like this happens, remembering the good times can really, really help get you through it. And the little man, Joe, is definitely a beautiful gift from the marriage. Children are such beautiful gifts of love.
They are.
And she was not wanting to, I guess, wound. She didn't want the little boy to have to feel what she was feeling.
The trauma.
The trauma, that's the word I was looking for. She didn't
you're right,
want to. So, and she spelled out the words. They spell out words that they don't want him to understand. So, like, it's time for BED. You know?
It kind of reminds you of the puppy or the dog that you want to take out for a WALK. Or, you know, should we get the TREAT, you know, like you're suddenly spelling words because you've said them enough that the dog is actually recognizing it. So once you say it, they immediately know.
That's right. And if you don't do it, or if it doesn't happen, then it really does begin to cause imbalance in that little being. And whatever it is, a dog, a cat, a child.
Anything like that. It's true. That's funny. BED is a really good example of that. I was just thinking of that with all kinds of things. And in a way, you know, that's part of what I feel like this song really speaks to, the not just the word love, LOVE, but it also speaks to what we feel and embody about that, about love. And that is how we present, how we deal with this trauma, this kind of emotion, this kind of experience, and how we allow that to be experienced by our loved ones. I feel like it's like a sensitivity, an empathy, and it's all a compassion and a patience. Because I feel that if you don't have any patience, you're not going to spell a word out. You're not going to take the time to spell the word if you just don't have enough patience to spell the word, because you could just, you know, say it. And
so much quicker and easier to say it, Bruce.
And so I think that that's part of what, you know, this song is speaking to, because if you
say you want a toy, or do you want a surprise, the child gets excited and knows what a toy is and knows what a surprise is.
Well, and because I love how is it that we say, when we say surprise to a child, or when we say something like that to a child, there is no doubt that our facial expression changes. And my favorite facial expression of that is the eyes opening wider and the mouth opening up, like, you know, like, we're going to get this thing, you know, and they see that. And on the camera, everybody that's probably watching this on YouTube is thinking, Bruce, you look a little crazy. But honestly, it just, you suddenly enhance the experience for them by showing them what their facial expression can indicate. And then the next thing you know, they're doing that. So they hear that word, they see your face, they do the face, they feel the feeling, and it is on. It's on, and there's no going back. And so, you know, that is the good, you know, in TOY or in toy or in surprise. It's just that, you know, this song having the name DIVORCE, or divorce, as we were discussing earlier, there's only one way that most of us look at that. And most of us look at that as the separation of a relationship, as an end of things it isn't always looked at as a positive thing. And I really feel that this song speaks to love from, you know, at this point. Tammy Wynette wrote this is so beautiful. It is just
Yes.
so beautiful.
Yeah, because she says, but the words we're hiding from him now tear the heart right out of me. She is speaking into her pain.
Yes. Just like you were feeling when you were hearing those words as your daughter stood on the driveway.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It was such an eye-opening moment to be able to realize the pain that can be felt and released over something that has ended, something that is no longer going to be something. 33 years, and I've been divorced now. Like I said, this was 2020, so 5 years. And that's a long time for me to be able to go through this. But her 5 years from, anyway, my kids were old. They were adults. But the pain is still there. The rawness of the separation and dissolving of what children define as love.
Yes.
Because that's, I guess, the biggest thing is we need to realize that our families define love around our relationships. Not only our children, but our whole family, our brothers, our sisters, our parents.
It's the entire community.
Right.
Yeah.
They look at those definitions of love. Now, I just wrote an article, Bruce, by the way, for the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, entitled Love is Life and Life is Love. And I go in and ask people to begin to find their truth of love.
Yeah.
Because this is, in a nutshell, what can help a person that is going through a divorce, that is faced with this pain, in knowing that love does not come from outside of you.
No.
Love comes from within.
Yeah.
From within. So even though our DIVORCE becomes final today, me and little JOE will be going away.
Yeah.
So she's breaking up the family, and she's feeling that her son will no longer have that parental figure of a father in, every day.
Yeah.
Because it goes on to say,
I love you both. And this will be pure HELL for me. And the way that that's said is HELL, because saying double L, I don't know if anybody realizes, but it is a powerful way to say those two letters together to spell a word, because it really emphasizes the actual word. Yeah. And the word hell is already a powerful enough word to say, but when you spell it and then you say HELL, it makes it even more. There's something about saying it that way that gives it a little more drama. Yes, it is dramatic, definitely. And then I wish that we could stop this DIVORCE. It pulls at your heartstrings. It makes you really feel the pain. I mean, the words are just dripping with that agony. But it is also dripping with a love that is deep and very meaningful, because this is, touching the fact that these words are indicating that the love doesn't just reside within the person that's saying these words. It's also being put out there for little JOE. Little Joe, the child, is the one. And the fact that the family's being split up, it's, and that's how they say, I love you both. Yeah. I still have a love. Yes. There will always be that love. Yeah. It's so, this is so empathic in its way. It's just that, in a lot of ways, many of us just choose to sit and simmer in that kind of anger.
Right.
You know, and that feeling of pain, that feeling of just, because all we can think of is this is pure HELL, and how, you know, how can we end this without staying in a relationship that isn't working, but how do we end this divorce? You know, and really it isn't possible.
Yeah.
That's not what needs, you know, that's not what needs to happen.
The beautiful thing is the 4-year-old is just being a 4-year-old.
Yes.
Watch him smile.
Yeah.
He thinks it's
Christmas.
Yeah. Or his 5th birthday. What happens at Christmas and birthday? Well, traditionally, we get gifts.
We get gifts, and you get to blow out a bunch of candles on a cake. I mean, hello.
And you get showered with just so
joy
much
and
attention.
Happiness. Yes, joy
and love and everybody. Yes, yes, and so many gifts. He thinks CUSTODY spells fun or play, which is quite fascinating, because there has to be an energy around, like you said, you know, when you think of surprise, you know, your energy. So he thinks that custody is fun or play.
Yeah, interesting to, you know, have to, if you think about it, when they say, I spell out all the hurtin' words.
That's where it gets very, very heart-centered to me.
Yes. No,
For her to really voice what truly happens in this type of situation, circumstance. I spell out all the hurtin' words and turn my head when I speak.
It's that,
because I can't spell away this hurt.
That is so, that's dripping down my cheek. It is
that's dripping down my cheek.
There's no way to say those words or to hear them without feeling that.
I tried really hard, and I did a good job keeping the tears back, because they were there. They were there. I can't spell away this hurt. I have come to a place in my life, like I spoke with and it's really weird. I hate calling him my ex, but my used to be husband. Anyway, I just say his name, but you know, I'm not going to say names on the radio, calling people out or anything.
No, of course,
but,
that's very kind of you.
Right. I received a phone call, and he said, you know, I'm right where I know, he said it with such conviction, I know I'm where I am supposed to be. And he's already remarried and everything. And you know what I did, Bruce? I took it personally. I broke one of the 4 agreements, and it felt like a dagger in my heart. Because I went straight to that place of, you're where you're supposed to be. Like everything that happened with us was wrong. And I think that's where a lot of people, when they're faced with divorce, or when you come upon someone who is going through a divorce, or you meet them and find out they are divorced, where does your mind go? Does it go, you know, I don't know. I think a lot of people do go to that place of, what went wrong? What did you do wrong?
Exactly.
There's always something's wrong.
Something happened that was bad. Yeah.
Right.
The word divorce just seems to conjure not a good thing. It doesn't seem to conjure it is a word that could be a wand of power that we use sometimes, I think, to talk about just separation and endings. And it doesn't speak to the fact that could be the beginning of something that needs to be. The beginning of something that needs to be in a way that you can't say that thing that needs to be is beautiful or wonderful or bad.
It just is.
It just is.
And when you can learn to realize that, and my divorce has done that for me. It has brought me to a place after I felt that hurt in the heart. I was like, oh my God, I sat down on my front porch looking at my beautiful property and thought to myself, oh my God, I'm right where I belong too.
Wow.
It's very powerful when you can really take, what happens in life and understand that circumstances don't matter.
Yeah.
Only your state of being
Only your state of being.
matters.
And it's funny because then, that's what, in a way, the final words of the final paragraph, our DIVORCE becomes final today. Me and little JOE will be going away. And they say, I love you both, and this will be pure HELL for me. Oh, I wish that we could stop this DIVORCE. And I feel like that's exactly what we're saying. It's, yes, we lament. We are looking at it like, oh, I wish, but this is happening. This is where we are. This is going to be. And it's time to try to see that. I was watching this movie one day with my wife Andrea, and one of the characters said, sometimes people come into our lives to say what they have to say to us, and then they have to move on.
Yes.
And it's
yes.
It's so weird to think that, because a lot of times I feel like we're as I don't want to say as this country or as that kind of person. I'm just going to say as beings, sometimes we want something to be consistent because we just want to be able to go back and get it again. I understand that. You can go to McDonald's and order the same quarter pounder. But in a way, sometimes we have to learn how to deal with the things, with change. Yeah, with change.
And this whole song, the spelling of the words was done from a place of love.
Yes.
Where she was protecting her little man from the pain that she was feeling. And I also believe, though, that you can't. The child will grow up and will realize that they got this divorce.
Yes.
And the beautiful thing about this whole day, Bruce, I have saved this for the very end. Today's a very special day. It's November 8th, the day I got married.
Wow. So
it would have been my 38th wedding anniversary today.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of. It's like this whole day, thank you, Gail. This whole song, it was supposed to be,
I agree.
We're supposed to be talking about this. We're supposed to share that we all have things in life that we are faced with or that we go through, and we all have choices.
Yes.
We can choose to hold on to that and become bitter and angry and resentful and not enjoy life anymore.
Yeah.
Or we can look at it as a beautiful blessing.
Absolutely.
A lesson, a wonderful opportunity to grow and experience life as a new person, as a new adventure. I now embrace impertinence. I love change.
No, I agree. I find that to be, we think of things as being able to pattern things, and especially in nature, we think of like the ability to pattern nature. Like we can plan, gardening, farming, animal movement, things. We think, oh, we're going to be able to pattern these things, and then, really putting them in patterns is just putting them in our own little boxes and saying, oh, now we can control that. And really change is a part of every single day. From chaos, from the darkness, from the burning of something becomes something new. And it is so really important to see that, to see that sometimes people come into our lives to whisper that very wonderful or kind of disturbing thing into our ear, and then they go away.
I received 4 beautiful children and freedom.
Absolutely.
That was my gift. Thank you so much, Gail, for
Thank
sending
you.
in
Yes.
this request.
Yes.
And remember, you can send your requests to
lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. And you can also send them to the radio station here at 99classicrock@gmail.com. That's 99classicrock@gmail.com. Make sure you say hello to Ryan. And you can also look for us at Lyrical Wisdom 888 at Lyrical Wisdom 888 on YouTube. And you can also search on YouTube Lyrical Wisdom Show and find us. That is, just type in the words Lyrical Wisdom Show.
Thank you so much. We love you guys.
Thank you.
Mwah.